Recorded Books Romance presents Down by the River by Robyn Carr, narrated by Therese Plummer.
Chapter 1. Dr. June Hudson awoke to the ringing of the phone. It was still dark as pitch, but when she rolled over to look at the clock, it read 6:15. She'd slept in, it seemed. She clicked on the cordless. June Hudson. Who was that man? Her 84-year-old Aunt Myrna wanted to know. June glanced over her shoulder at the man in question. Jim. He yawned largely and began to scratch his chest. Ah, so she hadn't dreamt it after all. He was here, beside her, in the flesh, after being away so long. Aunt Myrna wasn't the only one who knew nothing at all about her secret lover. With just a couple of exceptions, the whole town had been kept in the dark. She was going to have a lot of explaining to do. His name is Jim, and I'm going to bring him over to meet you the first chance I get, Aunt Myrna. Hopefully this very morning. You're going to approve, I promise. Where's he from? What's he do? I haven't figured that out yet, June thought. Later, darling. There are too many details and I have to get ready for work. I'll see you soon. She disconnected and returned the phone to the bedside table. This time when she looked at Jim, she shook her head and sighed, but she smiled. The phone rang again. I'm not on call, she said. We'll let the machine pick up. He lifted one brow, amused. Too many details? He mimicked. Yes, and we'll probably have to make them all up. She jumped out of bed, naked as the day she was born. I'm going to shower. Would you listen to the messages, please? If anyone calls for emergency assistance, bring me the phone. Okay? From the kitchen came the sound of June's father's voice, lifelike enough to make her flinch and grab for the sheet to cover up. Elmer Hudson was one of the exceptions who knew, but he didn't know everything. Well, you've really stirred up a hornet's nest this time, haven't you? Elmer asked, then laughed his wheezy laugh. I think I'll take my coffee at the cafe this morning, just to be on hand if there's any excitement. He's a character, isn't he? Jim asked. I'll laugh a minute. June made a face. See if you can think of a good story while I shower. While she waited for the hot water, she looked at her profile in the mirror. Her waist was fast disappearing.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?